Welcome to Coinpunks, where we cover the top stories in the crypto space, helping you get informed on all things related to digital assets. No frills, no shills. Let's jump into today's stories, kicking off with the first ever decentralized finance securities case. In our top story, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, is pressing charges against two crypto executives in its first ever decentralized finance securities case. In a new press release, the SEC says that it charged two Florida men and their Cayman Islands company for unregistered sales of more than $30 million in securities using smart contracts and DeFi technology. The SEC also claims that Gregory Kao, Derek Acree, and their DeFi lending company, Blockchain Credit Partners, misled investors about the operations and profitability of their business DeFi money market. Instead of notifying their investors, the two men allegedly claimed that DeFi money market had purchased car loans and allegedly used personal funds as well as funds from another company to pay off M-token redemptions. Daniel Michael, chief of the SEC Enforcement Division's Complex Financial Instruments Unit, says that federal securities laws apply with equal force to frauds involving modern technology. Mr. Michael stated that the labeling of the offering as decentralized and securities as government's tokens did not hinder the SEC from ensuring that DeFi money market was immediately shut down and that investors were paid back. Kao and Acree consented to a cease and desist order from the SEC that included a nearly $12.85 million disgorgement and penalties of $125,000 each. NFT Gaming Explodes, with Axie Infinity surging to $1 billion in sales. Play-to-earn game Axie Infinity, or AXS, just breached $1 billion in all-time sales, adding to the surging popularity of games based on non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The online video game developed by Sky Mavis allows players to generate profits through buying, breeding, and selling digital pets known as Axies. Each Axie is minted as an NFT, enabling players to verify the authenticity of the digital creature in the blockchain. According to NFT analytics site CryptoSlam, Axie Infinity has made over $1.04 billion in all-time sales with over 2.4 million transactions, pushing the gaming platform to the top spot of the NFT collectible space. The developer says the game's DAU has exploded to over 1.02 million, representing an increase of nearly 830% in just 2 months. What's a DAO? This is an acronym for Daily Active Users. It is the number of unique users that log in and start a session in a gaming app in a 24-hour period. This takes into account new users who just downloaded the game and existing users who logged in. The crypto community is in shock over Brian Brooks' resignation from the American branch of Binance. After serving as the chief executive officer of major cryptocurrency exchange Binance US for less than 4 months, Brian Brooks announced he would be stepping down, a move that was greeted with confusion and suspicion from the crypto community. Citing differences over strategic direction, the now former CEO stated he had already resigned from his position at Binance's US arm. Brooks had been leading the crypto exchange since replacing former CEO Catherine Coley back on May 1st. However, members of the outspoken crypto community speculated that Brooks' decision to leave the firm was based on internal knowledge about issues surrounding the global Binance exchange, possibly from regulators or other market forces. Others connected the timing of his departure to the regulatory backlash facing Binance, which has prompted the exchange to roll back or even cease operations in certain regions. Regulators in Japan, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Canada have recently issued orders or warnings against Binance for various reasons. A new bill in Ukraine would legalize crypto and protect owners of digital assets. The Ukrainian parliament is working on a bill that would legalize cryptocurrencies in the Eastern European country. If passed, the bill would allow Ukraine citizens to legally declare and exchange cryptocurrencies. And it will also increase guarantees for crypto buyers, according to Ukraine's Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation, Alexander Bornyakov. Under the new bill, cryptocurrency projects would not require registration as a legal entity in the Ukraine. but they would require a work permit, according to Bornnikov. Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, is concerned that the governments could outlaw cryptocurrencies. However, he still sees Bitcoin as digital gold and owns some for diversification. Dalio currently serves as the firm's chairman and co-chief investment officer. Bridgewater Associates clients include endowments, governments, foundations, pensions, and sovereign wealth funds. Mr. Dalio voiced his concern in an interview with CNBC last week, stating that there's a reasonable chance that cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, could eventually be outlawed by the federal government. He pointed to the time when President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Gold Reserve Act in 1934, transferring all of the country's privately held gold titles and certificates to the United States Treasury as an example. While seeing Bitcoin as a digital version of gold and a hedge against inflation, Dalio still prefers gold, citing the metal's longer history of being a storehold of wealth. He stated that if you put a gun to his head and said he could only have one, that he'd still choose gold. Dalio's crypto ban concern is becoming less realistic over time as cryptocurrency adoption increases globally. Last week, the chairman of the US Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, said that Satoshi Nakamoto's innovation is real. A growing number of the world's largest investment banks are also getting into crypto, including JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and Morgan Stanley. In addition, companies are hiring more people to work on crypto projects, including Amazon, Fidelity, and PayPal. This wraps up things for today's show. Leave your comments on today's stories and also drop suggestions for what you'd like coverage on in the future. If you're on the go, you can get the same content in our podcast. Thanks for tuning in and catch you in the next one.